myself like I don't want Paramount.
Oh, you don't want Paramount?
Yeah, because I didn't watch it enough in time. I didn't finish Deep Space Nine when it was on Netflix in time for Voyager. Voyager was on Netflix, and then like Paramount's been like hoarding all the Star Trek shit. So I still need Deep Space Nine. I need fucking Picard. I need the
TNG. You don't even have TNG yet?
No.
No.
No! I finished Next Generation.
Picard, the separate TNG. Picard one.
No,
like the Picard. Okay,
Picard, like just
the series Picard.
The old man Logan of Star Trek. Yeah,
got it.
That is so true.
Voyager. No matter what anyone says, Voyager is always the best one because that's the one that I got to grow up with. So
it was always on after school.
I'm gonna have to watch it. I don't know there's like a little dude who looks kind of annoying. I guess he's like
Neelix? Yes, he is. He's extremely annoying.
Neelix.
He's fun. He gets better later, but like at the beginning, you're like, God, this guy sucks.
Oh my
God. It reminds me of
so
season one of Quark. I was like, I'm already tired of Quark. But then
season 2 comes around, and it's like, I like Quark.
I kind of like you.
Then Rom would appear, and it's like, oh, Rom.
I know. Hey, but in the end,
Rom married the hottest chick.
That's what I was gonna say.
That is true. Rom gets the happy
Rom
ending.
Is a winner, dude.
All right, welcome to Lone Star Walking Sumo. I'm your host, Caleb Backus, and with me as always, Justin Kizzard. And today we got some special guests, Grand Sumo boys, Mac and Jake. Introduce yourself,
guys. I'm here with a peace offering from Texas. I've got the blood orange sparkling sake and a bottle of Junmai that I intend to polish off while we record here.
And I have some delicious Nagori Ginjo, my absolute favorite when we were down there.
Ooh,
and I am drinking Ozeki sake, which I thought would be, sumo appropriate. Let me warn you guys, if you get Ozeki, if you get the cloudy version, it's really good. It's really not very expensive. If you get the clear version, the dry version, it's good for cooking. You can cook with it.
Oh, wow.
I was going to say.
Good. Not cloudy, no.
Ozeki sake is kind of... but the Nagori is good.
For its price, it is a good sake. But if you get the clear,
I just know that when I get home after a long day, Jake from Grand Sumo Breakdown, always appreciate a nice cold can. Texas Sake's blood orange sparkling sake.
But Jake, when I want to unwind and have a little class with my meal, I go with the Nagori Ginjo. The extra cloudy and deliciously sweet blend goes perfect with any meal.
If there's one thing I have to say about Texas Sake and their blood orange sparkling sake, it's that they're a sponsor that always pays on time.
Yeah, that we are. You are
quick, cut away.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, I'm good. So thanks for having me, guys. I'm gonna bounce though.
Oh damn,
we did our endorsement. We're good.
For those who don't know,
thank you. And
for
Texas,
those who don't know, Grand Sumo Breakdown is a sumo podcast, and they are located up in Iowa. And as we all know, Iowa is famous for its potatoes. Oh, wait. No, that's Idaho.
Ouch.
I apologize. Y'all are famous for having the Rock and Roll and Pro Football Hall of Fame. Am I correct about that?
Oh.
No, wait.
That's new to me. That's new to me.
It's new to everyone, Justin, because that's Ohio.
That's Ohio. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Wait. So what does Iowa have?
We got corn, and I'm pretty sure we have the world's biggest ball of string.
Not the corn huskers, we just have corn and soybeans.
So y'all are second in corn, is what you're saying.
To Nebraska.
I will have you know that I grew up in Minnesota, and when it's advantageous to me, I'm a Minnesotan, not an Iowan. So.
Great, leave me to bear the brunt alone.
Oh yeah, you can handle this one, Mac.
It's the Soy Boys.
Yeah.
So we're here today to talk about the beginning of the Texas 2022 season, which was the 16th Texas Classic. It happened last Saturday as of this recording.
Yep.
So in the February and stuff. You can find it on this Lone Star Sumo channel, the live stream. And I just want to hear some overall thoughts from you guys. So just whoever wants to go first.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Me and Mac are pretty new to the US sumo scene. We've only really been following you guys full time for like less than a year now, right, Mac?
A full time, yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
But like every tournament that we see, we get more familiar with like the names and faces that show up, and I just enjoy having more content, especially in between the pro tournaments. But it's awesome seeing people that we've hung out with and people that we've gotten to know grow in the sport, because I know we had a couple people performing better than they ever have in this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just gonna add on to that. Absolutely, I loved seeing the people that we ran into at Vegas, the people that we ran into last year when we were down in Austin. Just be like, holy crap! Like, come on, you could do it. You were actually rooting for so many people, and you love to see all the new faces and the new blood coming in as well. So no, it's been phenomenal.
And that really is kind of the direction and the exciting part of American sumo, is that people are gravitating to like they're getting favorite wrestlers. It's the same thing that we love about about Grand Sumo. And like there are people are new to watching it, but after a while you start gravitating towards certain ones, and you're like, look at, you can see the growth in that person, just like every other Rikishi. And so I'm excited that some Rikishi have fan clubs here in the US.
Well, let us know how that goes, Justin. We don't know who your club is.
I'm a fan of Caleb.
Just
saying.
That's what me and Justin have been trying to do lately, like the last probably 2-3 years, is not just to show people. We always talk about how we try to show people that American sumo exists, and it's not just for fat guys bumping bellies. But we want people to know the wrestlers, because once you know the wrestlers, then that's when you start becoming fans and you start like rooting for that person, and that's when you really love the sport. That's just true with all sports. It's either a team or a person that you start to fall in love with first, and then the rest of the sport opens up for you.
And I'd like to open up by saying I am a fanboy of you, Mr. Jared from Dallas Sumo.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, wasn't he fun? He was.
I'm a fan. He was on fire. He had if this is our show. We have the Texas
it's your show.
Justin Technique Prize. Like Jared would I will put that out there. Jared would have the Technique Prize of the tournament.
All right, so we'll get to him soon, but let's start off first with the men's lightweight. We'll get past the thing that Justin really hated about this tournament, which was his own performance. You did fine.
No.
You're injured.
Let's put that out there, because some people are probably like, oh, what the hell happened? So I actually if you saw the tape on my arm, I tore a muscle like closer to a tendon in my shoulder about 3 weeks ago. And I thought it was just a sprain. And so I kept training, like doing weight training and everything, like, 3 days a week and sumo. And it just agitated it to the point, like I was in pure pain. I had taken some leave right before just to kind of take the edge off the pain, and it did not work. And I just was functioning, and it's my more dominant arm. And so I was functioning with one arm and was trying to do things that kept my arm tight. And so I was kind of like T-Rexing arm this one. And then when I'd have to throw somebody, I would try to like
move them away from your shoulder.
It was not my best sumo. But I had fun. I had fun.
You almost got third.
I almost got third.
You got 3 wins.
Was it your last match against Chad? I think it was, where
my own student.
One of the tiebreakers. I saw you ended up on the ground for a little bit after that one. Did you land on it, or did you just tweak it during the match or something?
Yeah, I tweaked it during the match, trying to throw him, and I was like, "Ooh, I wonder what this is gonna feel like when I roll over." That literally was my thought when I was laying there. I was like, "All right, do I roll? Do I get straight up?" And I think I kind of put my arm like this and just kind of held it there, and yeah, it happens. But
if you watch it online, you can see your face when y'all turn for that last push. You can see your face go like, "Oh God, this hurts. It has to stop soon."
There was a grimace. There was definite grimace there.
It really.
But damn it, I can't let my student beat me.
Exactly.
No.
Like, damn it,
that
Chad,
was
no.
that was the that was the thing for me. I was like, God damn it! But I'm also proud of him, and you know, and I will say, after watching, you know, I know it's casual tournament and stuff, but like it's after watching the tape in slow motion, my match against Dylan, he stepped out
Mr.
first.
Biggs?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
Play that rewind that. But yeah, he steps out first. But I mean, what a sloppy way to win. I was like fucking Superman in it. So
if you watch, you also see me go up and talk to Tom because I can see why he called it that because in his location.
Yeah,
but
I'm literally hovering over his leg, so
yeah.
you can't see his foot step out.
So I go up and talk to him. I'm like, dude, from my angle, Justin won that. And he was like, do you have video? And I was like, no, we're live streaming. He's like, hey, I can't reverse it then. And I was like, son of a gun.
Is that a rhetorical question? Do you like normally have a staff doing like replays for you or something?
Yeah, someone's usually recording.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Okay.
Yeah.
If Corey had been there, he would have had a recording going. We would have.
That's true.
Yeah.
And normally I used to record, but now I always go live. So you know, what are you gonna do? So like, let's go. Okay, so Chad got third place with that match.
Chad got third.
And then we'll go to second place, which was Dylan Biggs from Ohio.
Yeah. Dylan came out. He was hard hitting. I don't know if he's been lifting weights, but his Tachi definitely, I'll give it. He rocked me. I don't know about the other fellas, but I felt the force, and I was like, oh shit. And his match one? His match one with Joseph Ponsetto.
Yep.
He just bulldozed
rocketed him.
Yeah.
I'm glad those two got to face off again because Joe is a guy that he's the reigning lightweight champion. Yep. So you know, but Vegas didn't go so great for him. So it's cool to see him doing well again, and I definitely wanted to see those two match up again at the end of it. That was awesome. Yeah,
his sumo's great. He's gotten, I can feel he's gotten, you know, stronger, and you know, he's still annoyingly an edge fighter, but
he's got to be the squirreliest guy that we know that we've seen regularly.
But it's he masters it, you know. So you just kind of gotta accept it and adjust to that. So everybody was looking really good in the, you know, first, second, and third. Like, look amazing.
I was really impressed with Joseph's reversals abilities. Like, he would be up on the Tawara, and then all of a sudden he just pulls it out. Like, how did you do that? Yeah. Like, wait a minute. No, you were dead to rights. And yet you twisted and got him.
He reminds me of Enho about, like, he was able to do that thing that Enho has done a couple times of, like, pulling himself back into the ring by grabbing the other guy.
Yeah. We're talking about the match with him and Chad, right?
Yeah, it could have been, but
that's the one I was thinking
dance of. Both
yes.
I was like, oh, Chad won. Wait, what?
No.
he was like, no.
It's like a Euro match.
And if he hadn't been there, he would have lost. But he was one of those little indents, and he just like stopped himself right there.
I had to pause it and rewind like several times, just going, okay, hang on. Did he honestly just do that?
Yep.
Yeah. So that was the playoff for first, and they got first, and I want to go to some of the other guys. I want to talk about two of the other Dark Circle guys who are lightweights. Javon and a very, very new person, Keith. So you can talk a little bit about him, Justin, because this was most people's first introduction to them.
Yeah. So Javon is, I don't want to say new, but fairly new. He had taken some time off due to injuries, but he's a really awesome jiu-jitsu wrestler as well as judo. The guy is more active than probably any of us. Like, he's doing some form of martial arts like pretty much every day of the week. But he went in, he looked a lot better than normal, but he was a little stiff. But he had a good time, and he's one of those guys that keep watching for him because he like never lets losses get to him. He's just like, I got to train harder. Like he's one of those people that beats himself up and is like, no, like, fuck that. I'm tired of losing kind of thing. And so he's got the spirit, and, look for him. Our other guy, Keith, dude's like pretty small, but when you look at things, actually back when Joseph Ponsetto first started training, right when I was about to leave Los Angeles, Joseph was rail thin like Keith. So, and I'm very happy that the LA guys did. The next day we had Keiko, and the LA guys came to practice, and I'm glad that Joseph and Keith got to talk to each other, and to see that, like, dude, being skinny, like, it doesn't mean you're out. You know what I mean? Like, this is just the beginning. Just get better form, better Shiko, and more flexibility, and you got this. And Keith is like excited. So he's like,
good.
Hell yeah,
awesome.
I want to do this. But I don't know. He has to weigh like 130 wet with quarters in his pockets.
I've joked in the past that, like, I would totally compete as well, of course. But I just need a weight class that fits me. If you guys had like a 160 or something, I'd be all about that. A featherweight. But Keith could totally benefit from that as well if that was a thing. But if lightweight's all you got, then you just got to pack on the pounds, make it happen, right?
Yeah. Yep. So he's a fun one to watch his growth over over the next couple of months, and who knows, by next year, we can look back at the tapes and be like, wow, this guy has grown, and so I'm going to keep really, really working on him as long as he's committed.
So he's got the guts to keep doing it. It doesn't matter. Keep fighting, man.
Yeah.
So before we go on to lightweights women, does anyone have anything else they want to say? Any matches they thought were great in the lightweight convention? Go ahead, Jake.
I haven't had a chance to meet Chad in person. I mean, we've been at tournaments together, but I it just hasn't worked out. There's so many people to meet. Right. But especially if he's listening, I wanted to tease him a little bit. He's a guy that I always recognize and always remember. Yeah. Because I'm a huge MMA fan, and he looks exactly like a tiny version of former heavyweight champ Stipe Miocic.
Oh, wow.
And every time I see him on screen, I'm like, that's the guy. Oh, yeah, that's Chad.
He's gonna love that because he is a jiu-jitsu freak.
He'll know exactly who I'm talking about and probably hate me now because of the comparison for some reason. But like, for whatever reason, that's the comparison that always clicks in my mind. So I always remember who he is and like remember seeing him and all that. But it's like,
he's one of my best lightweights. He's been with me. There were times, when we were, barely starting out, it was pretty much me, and even through the pandemic, like it was like me and him just by ourselves going at it over and over and over. So he's gotten really good. He's a man of very few words. He likes to, be a lot more stoic. And sometimes, when we have our funny picture, whenever we take our group picture, we take one serious one and then one funny one. We've always been trying to get Chad to do a funny one. I feel like I have to like stick my finger in his butt just to make him like smile.
He doesn't even move on the second one. Like the first one, he's like this. The second one, everybody does something silly. He's still in the exact same spot.
Still serious.
Yeah. One could argue that is the silliest thing to do in a silly.
Chad, smile. I am smiling.
I am smiling.
He's very German. And fun fact about him, he speaks fluent German.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about him. He's hard to beat. I know that. In practice, he's really hard to beat.
Yeah, he's super strong.
The top 5 in lightweights. He's going to get there at some point because he's good.
He's super strong.
Okay, we're going to move on to the lightweight women's division. Yeah. We had 3 competitors. We had 2 from Dark Circle, Ari and Liesel. I always want to say it differently. And Ketzel, the national champion. She got first place in this one. And I know what match I want to talk about. So go ahead, Jake and Mac. Go ahead, talk about that match.
Oh, please, I know
another
the one.
Justin, this is gonna be painful for you, man. I'm sorry.
I already know the one. I already know it. I know. I watched it in slow motion.
We've seen Ketzel at a couple tournaments, and it was really fun to watch her just cracking skulls at this one. Yeah.
But she had go for it.
But the match, the elephant in the room here that we're talking about is when she turned Ari upside down.
like almost like a half cartwheel.
Like yanked her off the ground.
Oh, poor Ari, because she had a good showing too, but it was Ketzel's day for sure.
Yeah. And now to be honest, I did not see Lisa Ketzel. Actually, I did not anticipate her doing that, so I think it was a shock to all of us.
Yeah,
I was like, Ketzel doesn't do much leg stuff, so you're good there.
Oh, and Ari's upside down,
and Ari's sideways.
Yeah,
I thought she was gonna cartwheel, but no, it was kind of a face plant.
A point to Ari, and Jessica said it on the commentary, like her technique is right on. It is right there. If you look at how low she gets, if you look, she's square, she keeps herself nice and tight. It's like, well, her technique is fantastic. It's just,
I'm jealous.
She gets out muscled.
Yeah,
she's another person.
She gets out muscled, and so she's our in-ho, but
I believe that.
And it's like she can get low, she's technical, and she's like a sumo fanatic. She's been watching sumo since she was 7. Like she is,
and her Shiko, she was doing some Shiko just right before. She's almost parallel.
Yeah, she's Abi level.
Crap, that's Abi level.
Yes.
She's another person that could benefit if there was a featherweight class.
Yes.
Yeah. She's told me before that she would have never done sumo if she hadn't moved to America, and that made me feel proud. She's like, thank God I moved here to Texas. I love this. Because she's always done sumo, she never thought to do it.
How ironic. She's literally from Saitama, Japan. And it wasn't until she came to America to actually, that she actually got to do the sport that she's loved since she was a kid.
Well, fantastic. Still so fantastic. Cool. Love the opportunity for her.
I want to bring up something because we talked about that crazy throw that happened. And Justin didn't see this because he had to leave before open. In open weight, Ketzel was taking on Liesel. She tried to again, but, and I told her later, look, if you try something once, maybe even twice, if it doesn't work, move on. And she kept trying it until she lost to Lisa. And I'm like, you lost that because you kept trying to do that move again.
It's the Terutsuyoshi syndrome.
Terutsuyoshi
syndrome.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
He got that Ashitori on Asanoyama, and it was just like the crowd went wild. It was like, oh my God, that was crazy. And then he tries it every single match after that.
And never works.
Come on.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So Ari got third place. Liesel got second with 2 wins. Ketzel went undefeated that match in the lightweight. Yeah. It was fun. Also, watching Ketzel and Ari anytime is fun because people who know each other always have great matches.
Yeah.
Like we haven't fought in an actual tournament for a while, but if me and Justin go at it, it's fun. It's usually hardcore because we wrestled each other so much.
How come we haven't seen that?
Well, you could have seen it had I not had to go to work. Yeah. Yeah. The last time we've clashed was Houston. But sometimes I've tried to. Luckily, this tournament started early and right on time, and I was able to stay. I thought, oh crap, this might run long, and then I'd have to leave somewhere in like middleweight or something. But no, this tournament ran nice and smooth, and so I was able to see everybody up until the end of heavyweight. But then I looked at the time and I was like, Saturday, I gotta go run a sake bar.
You should have just called the bar and been like, I got more sumo to watch. You guys are just going to have to drink something.
Yeah. The other problem was your bartender was also there too. I think Ari was in attendance there too.
That's the thing. So we had to both leave together. Like we kind of finagled. We had the guy who runs the food truck running the bar until we got there. So I pulled a huge favor so that both of us could be there. But we are hiring another bartender.
What do you pay?
Because
I was about to say, go on.
Yeah, keep
million,
going.
$1 million.
All right, I'll get a plane ticket. Give me a minute.
I'll beat you to it, Jake.
You son of a bitch! I'll be quicker.
I'm getting in my car now.
Like, bye. Yeah,
And if I could figure out a way to finagle it and work from Texas or something like that, do my job remote so I could like cover sumo in person all the time.
Love it. Love that idea.
Yes.
We would also love that.
Yeah, seriously.
How much would you love it, Caleb?
I was about to say, you said $1 million, sir. Go on.
He's like, I got $5.
That's about it.
That'll buy you a couple minutes, but whatever.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry.
Before we go too far off, because I know we do that when we get together.
It's true. It's
a problem.
We're gonna move on. I love lightweight. Lightweight girls were fantastic. Like I said, I enjoyed Ari and Lisa, but we're gonna move on to the Lightheavy Men's, which had a nice chunk of people into it. Let me see here. We had
that was a nice
guys.
That was
good
that
size.
Was a good mix of different styles. I thoroughly enjoyed that weight class.
I want to
go ahead.
I want to start off one real quick. Your guy Andrew, if he comes off the line like he does when he takes on Sam,
I told him that all the time. I was like, you know what? I said that to them. I said, you know what? From now on, Andrew, I'm gonna go talk to the person making the bracket and make sure you two go first. That way, you actually, you wake up, because it was like, you should see him in practice. I mean, the dude is, he's solid. He's got like a university, sumo wrestler
sumo
body.
build. Yeah.
Like but I think his tachi eyes for the first damn near his first 3 matches, they were kind of lackluster, and he would just he would go zombie armed in, just kind of like, okay.
He would receive the sumo.
And it was definitely a reactive style.
Yeah. But Sam is his friend. And as we know, if you have a friend in sumo, you're going to go hard.
Yeah.
And that's just the thing it is. And so he goes hard when he goes against Sam. And I'm like, God, you can give him even close.
Where was that?
I was like, I want you to paint Sam's face on everybody you go against. Everyone's Sam. You're Sam. You're Sam. I'm not Sam.
It's the water boy method. Gatorade.
I was going to say Spartacus, but that's much better. Yeah.
That was actually really good. I love that reference. That was great.
Thank you.
That was, I totally agree. This division was kind of unique for me, at least, because like all of the guys were, there weren't like established veterans that were clear favorites,
Yeah.
You didn't have the Delatorre brothers in heavyweight, you didn't have the national champion Joe Ponsetto like lightweight. So this one really felt up in the air, and like drama wise, I think might have been my favorite one to watch just as like a spectator.
Yeah.
But damn, Jared, Jared
Mr.
Tadlock.
Jared
There are
Tadlock.
2 Jareds.
Right. I was about to say the Dallas Club representing.
Jared Keeling as well. They both did great, but Jared Tadlock in particular had the tournament of his life so far.
Yeah.
I mean, he pulled, Jesus, like shitate nage and shitate dashi nage, like
yes.
he pulled some really solid techniques.
He had some beltless arm throws. He had
Okota nage, like
Sukui nage.
Yeah, I was like, this guy's going down the gambit, like, and then a good just one solid, actually 2 hataki komi, like one against the bald Houston guy. I apologize, forget his name because I just met him there.
Jared Keeling.
The other Jared?
Yep, the other Jared.
The other Jared.
He had the beard.
No differently.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, just smart sumo out of Jared. Like it was just, excellent timing. Hit him up. It was picture perfect. Hataki Kobe hit him up, and he's, as soon as he resists, snap back.
Snap back down.
He was on fire. He was on fire.
Absolutely. It was like, and I don't mean to disparage any other US sumo, but it was like watching like a pro sumo wrestler,
yes!
Technique wise.
Yeah.
I wrote that exact note.
Yeah.
It was impressive.
There's definitely different aspects that are impressive of like the amateur style, but like Jared Tadlock, was wrestling in like a very identifiably professional style, and that
excellent
was
ring
super
sense
cool.
and excellent ability with the match. Like, and now,
yeah,
unbelievable.
Yeah,
he was a pro wrestler for a while. That's where
Oh, sweet.
straight up turnbuckles and stuff for a while, and he stopped doing that because of I think he said his wife was afraid of injuries he was having when he was getting older, and that's when he started doing
So
sumo.
let's switch to sumo. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, sumo is much safer. We're not
jumping off things.
Jumping off things.
The turnbuckle.
Nobody's hitting us with metal chairs.
Give him the chair. Give him the mat.
It's more long-term devastating than like individual moments of getting hit with a chair. Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Jared comes out with the straw bales. Oh no, not the straw bales.
Yeah.
So Jared got first in light heavy, and second came Justice Man, Samuel. He got second. He did really good. He looked powerful.
Now Sam is another one. Like, so he got off his first one. He didn't have his grip, and he just jumped it and flopped. After that first one, he turned it on and was doing, like, I think every other match he won with the same frontal crush out technique. Yeah. So he'd get the belt, boom, and body drop him. You know, it was very consistent. We've got some things to work on, but he is one to definitely look for, especially at nationals in Salt Lake City. So
yeah,
I'm excited about him.
Is Ben? Are they brothers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
I saw Ben in the crowd. Yeah. I take it if he wasn't competing, his knee is still healing.
Still healing, but gotcha. Look for him. He'll be back at the consulates.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That'll be great. Ready. Yeah. No, we got to meet him and hang out quite a bit in Vegas. Ben in particular, just again, the way things work out, you can't meet everybody in one go when you're as new as we are. But it'll be great to see Ben back in there because Sam kicked a bunch of ass this time.
I know the Marquez brothers and Andrew is Sam's best friend, and so I always consider him part of the Marquez clan.
Oh, sure.
It's like, and their mom Margaret is like our sumo mom and stuff. And
on.
Literally, like I love that family like too much, like way too much. I'm like, be my mom.
Adopt me.
You're right.
Please adopt me.
You're right. That is too much.
So we're gonna go on the third place, which was a playoff between Paul from Houston and Albert from Dallas. They had a playoff, and Albert won that for the third place, which is awesome because this was Albert's first tournament ever.
Right.
And Paul's second or third, I can't remember. He was there for the first Houston.
Oh yeah. He was in Houston. He did one more. He was an alternate in one more in San Antonio.
Oh, wait. That's right. No, he did the Mighty Eagle team tournament, the Met. He did
yeah.
He did Met and he did the Houston. So this is his third tournament, and this was Albert's first. And I've seen him on the live stream they do in Dallas, but I have never seen him in person.
So I would not have guessed that those guys were that new.
No,
they're the guy Paul or Albert Dallas.
Albert.
Sorry, Albert. I always just call him headband guy because he literally always
because he wears the headband.
Yeah.
I did see a comment that when the headband comes off, he goes power mad. He goes Super Saiyan. Somebody on the YouTube stream was like, "You better not get that headband off."
My favorite moment during the stream is when my best friend, he was one of the commentaries, Carlos Flores, in the open match between him and Jarrett. He just started yelling, "Oh, the headband! Watch out for the headband!"
Fighters.
They both came up real well on that, but
Jared grabbing his head right here. Oh, the headband. Watch the headband.
I'm not quite sure what just happened there, but somehow Jared was just able to fully flip. It was a great move. I will go back and watch that one.
Yeah,
that one.
I was here and I didn't know what happened.
I don't know what happened there.
And then goes flying, and Jared, but freaking Albert goes flying the other way. Oh, it's the best movie. It made me laugh.
It's the Saiyan tail. That's all it is a Saiyan tail. He took it off. It's the Saiyan tail. It's game over.
No, now you just made him mad.
Yeah, and that guy, headband guy, like we've gone against him. Like, we go up to Dallas, for like kind of a joint Keikos and stuff. And I've gone against him once at Keiko, and then when Dallas had that festival thing, we got to go a couple times. And he's actually like, his technique could be a little bit better, but his foundation, his strength, he's actually stronger than I thought. Like way stronger than I thought. I was like, oh shit, okay, I can't just fuck around here. Hold on a second.
Well, when you win with an uchari, I mean, that in and of itself is impressive.
Yeah.
The twist and shout, right, Carlos?
The twist and shout.
Yeah.
As Carlos called it, where you twist and the other guy goes, no.
Exactly. Like,
no, because I think that there was one match against the guy from Houston, like it looked like 80% of the time the Houston guy was about to beat him, and then like, let me see, God, I can't remember. Houston got him all the way to the edge, and then it was just a complete reversal. Like it was like, no, boom, and he like twist him. I don't know.
Yeah,
that was a cool match.
That was Paul. Paul got up and went like,
Yep.
what
the hell?
I thought I had that.
I was literally just winning.
Nope.
That's
so there were a
I
couple
feel with
matches. There were 2 matches.
Ouch.
That we did not get tape for.
That was Jared and then Ketzel's, I think.
It was Jared versus Jared, and then where's the other one? Ketzel versus Liesel in women's lightweight, because they were alternating to like give extra rest.
Oh, right.
So what I desperately need, because I have a spreadsheet, just like I always have for all sorts of sumo stuff, I need to know what technique they won by.
Well,
and I can't help you because it's blank. Like, because it cut out, I'm like, I could give that, but it's not there.
The Jared match, Jared and Jared, damn it.
Which Jared? He went to Jared.
Okay.
Which Jared?
Okay.
Jared Tadlock or Jared K?
Okay, Tadlock. So okay. Tadlock, actually, I think when let me see, Tadlock did get one in, one out, and I think he was on his strong side, and he actually, I mean, it was beautiful. He did do a shitate dashinage.
Yeah.
So he had
dashinage.
He had his whole belt and dropped him Hakuho style. I was like, shit, Jared.
Holy, I wish we could have had video of that. I wish we could have had video.
I have my half-ass the stream all the way through heavyweight is on Dark Circle. Okay. That one's not it's not good quality, but it's but it was from my phone. Anyways, but if you want to watch the match, it's there. I totally forget, like I forgot to turn on on YouTube. Like I was like, where's my fucking video? And then I forgot it was set on private. So
bummer.
It's there as of I think yesterday.
Yeah.
But
man.
It's here. I know it is.
If you wanted to watch a raw version, but that match is on there.
Okay, so we're gonna move on because someone has a comedy show to get to.
Oh
yeah, it's funny. Justin's the one who keeps stringing us along, but he's the one who's got the time commitment coming up.
I know. But I love you guys.
And we love you. We love hanging with you. So yes.
I wish I didn't have to.
I could take him or leave him.
Oh, Jake. Fine. I shall sample some more of this delicious Nagori Ginja.
Wait. What? Wait, say that again.
No. Sorry, lost in translation. Let's go.
Okay, so we got the women's heavyweight now. We're gonna move on to that. There were 3 competitors in that. We have a middleweight, Simone, who moved up to heavyweight to compete with these 2 girls. And we have Nicole, the last year's Texas champion. Oh, and I forgot to mention, last year's Texas champion was sitting right here, Mr. Justin Kizzard.
Hold on a second.
Here we
Gotta
go.
get that hardware out.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah,
There's the hardware.
Attaboy.
Oh, continue. I'm sorry, continue.
Don't mind me. Just redecorating a little.
Oh, this old thing? Oh.
So we had that, and we had a newcomer called, I'm probably going to mispronounce this, Esti or Esta?
Esti.
We're going with Esti.
You know what? And it took me a while to do that too, because I was like, well, in Spanish it's este. But
Right, exactly. So I was like,
it's literally este, but no, it's Esti.
Esty
officially it's
brand new, yes, and she came in and she did pretty well. I want to start with the bad news. So Simone lost her first match,
right,
and in her second match, her foot got cut in the Tawara and she twisted it. She has a complete ACL torn. We just found out. Out for at least 7. She has to have surgery, and she's out for at least 7 to 9 months. She was one of the people
she
on the
was
USA
on
team.
Yeah, she was going to the freaking World Games.
She was.
Oh no, that's the division where we don't have alternates, right?
No,
no.
Mariah is technically an alternate because she's been to Worlds before. So they're going to get Mariah Holmes if they can to do that. Because
I did not know that.
she's been to Worlds before. That's the only reason. Because otherwise we wouldn't have anybody.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
It blows. It blows. And what really, really sucks is how much you guys, you see the live streams and stuff, but I know for a fact how much more she's been kicking it into gear, and taking, her world title, her like a world title that serious. Like she has been, serious. I mean, she goes to the Tuesday practice. She comes to Austin because she's one of the lucky ones that lives like right in the middle between Austin and San Antonio. So she's down in San Antonio. She's up in Austin. She's also 3 days or 2 to 3 days a week. She was coming to Metabolics weight weight and conditioning training with me.
I thought I saw her in a couple of your videos.
Yeah, dude. Like she was
hard.
I was like, oh man, 4 more months of at this pace, like she's gonna be a fucking beast. And then there's this.
Said the first time she saw her at practice, she picks up on stuff. She does stuff correctly. She's very good at like grabbing the belt where she's supposed to, put her head where she's supposed to, get in the right position.
Yeah, she takes instruction well, and that of all things, that really I don't know, that hurts. That hurts. That one hurts.
It's certainly the biggest like bad news item from the
event. But it's sports, any sports, yeah. It's a double-edged sword. Like you can't just keep yourself in a cocoon for until the event, and even
different with
in
your
the
shoulder.
pros,
it's like you got to keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. And like I finally last weekend really told me a lot. Like, hey, I gotta chill the fuck out. So like this is the first
this
is the first week where I did nothing. I didn't do any weight training. No,
I'm not joking. Yes.
It's ice it.
And it's starting to finally feel better after 3 weeks. And so today I did a little bit. I did the Teppo, but I'm still, and it doesn't have that spiking pain.
That's good.
So I was like, okay, this is a good sign. And we're on the other side of this.
Yeah.
That'll last for. I have also separated and torn. I actually did it at my bachelor party. Jake remembers that. That was not a fun day.
Whoa.
Yeah, no,
that's
it
a
was
story
a fun
for
party.
off the cameras. We're gonna.
I was gonna say, hold on a second.
Anyway, it'll take a little while, but yes, you are on the mend.
There was a lot of barbecue sauce involved. I don't want to go into it right now.
Kansas
Barbecue
City is a
sauce
hell of a
and
city. Anyway, moving on.
moving on. Yeah, so Simone, I talked to her yesterday. Yeah. She's more bummed out about missing Worlds than she is about the injury. The injury's not too bad. She's just sad.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. But the other two heavyweight girls did great. We got in second place Esty from Brand New, and in first place we had Nicole in heavyweights who looked pretty good. She turned her body to the side a few times, but otherwise she was straight. She moved. She kept her feet on the ground.
But her feet, that was one point I was going to make. Her footwork has highly improved. Nicole, loving it. Loving it.
Nope. I'm going to add on to that real quick. Since we first started watching from a year ago, just watching Nicole progress, bravo. I know. You have done nothing but improve every single tournament. Keep it up.
Yeah, she's on the right trajectory. She is definitely on the right trajectory. And she looks more confident in the ring. Like,
yes.
Yeah. But
that was certainly noticeable. Just like the idea of being comfortable and like knowing, having a plan, I guess was something that it's something you notice a lot of the times with people that are newer versus people that are veterans.
She was calm. She was ready.
Yeah,
She's like, all
yeah,
right,
exactly.
I got this.
You don't need to you don't need to freak out as soon as somebody grabs onto your belt. You know, you don't need to like go full speed the whole time. One of the main things that I notice footwork wise is people that are newer will go like foot over foot, like, you know, football driving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whereas people
Big
that
no-no.
have been training longer in sumo and like are
Stay down,
training
stay
for
square,
the specific
shuffle.
sport. Yeah, you like shuffle
crab
like
shuffle.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. MC Hammer that crap, but keep it level.
exactly. And if you are looking for like the exact way that you're supposed to move, check out Robert Fuimaono on Instagram, who just posted his stair workout.
Oh my God.
Crap, that's amazing.
My entire lower body is sore from watching him do that. But
You're like, I will never look at stairs the same.
no, I'm afraid to like even go down to my laundry room. Like, Jesus. But anyways, yes, I do think that like it is Nicole definitely, I did notice like, you know, more solid grounded strategy.
Yes.
Which was pretty cool.
Agreed. Yes, that was
Keep it up.
That was a fun little thing. I love the fact that we had enough women to have 2 different weight classes instead of just the women's open. Which anything for those who don't know, anything an amateur that's not national level or above, you don't have enough women to show up. They just usually just
I know.
But this
They always have to go round robin.
Great. So we're gonna move on.
Wait,
boys. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
One fun
I had
fact.
one too, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go. Okay, 2 more. We got 2 more things. I apologize. I'm moving on too fast.
I enjoy it because, like we were saying in the beginning, I enjoy people getting to know the wrestlers. Esty was a former arm wrestling pro.
No way.
That's really cool.
That's a cool fun fact. So
I like it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jake. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, you know, before we move on from this division, Simone, if you're bored while you're healing, I know a podcast that loves talking to American sumo wrestlers.
Do it.
Absolutely.
While we're on that, Simone is a taxidermist.
Oh, that's another fun fact. No, she does competitive taxidermy.
Oh, competitive. I
She
didn't
got
know it
like
was
best
competitive.
for one of her deer.
Seriously.
Stuff. It's her stuff is gorgeous. Like when you look at it, like she goes to details. Like she works on veins and muscle tendons and stuff when she fires everything out.
That's the most fascinating thing I've ever heard.
I love it.
I try to
tell taxidermist.
How did I miss that?
That is what she is.
I totally forget. Dude,
so what I'm experiencing right now is what everybody experiences when they're like, the United States has like hundreds of wrestlers in like an amateur sumo league. What on earth? And now I'm apparently just being introduced to competitive taxidermy.
It's amazing, man. It's amazing.
We're absolutely turning into ESPN 8, the Ocho, the podcast.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Unless Mackie has anything left for the heavy women's, we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. That's just praise for Nicole. Keep it up. You're doing fantastic.
So we're going on to men's heavyweight, the big boys. This one was cool because out of 5 competitors, we had 2 sets of brothers. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
We had the Della Torre brothers, Angel and Gilberto, and we had the Bacchus brothers, Caleb, hi, and Casey.
I know that guy.
Hi.
And we had newcomer Stephen Smith, who scares me now.
Steamroller Steve.
Who's been hiding this guy? I mean,
So,
literally,
okay.
who?
I want to say me, but I've
you.
been
Okay.
But so this guy, this is fucking hilarious, and Ari can tell you the story. So a lot of our team goes to Metabolics for our weight training, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one day it was me and Ari in class, and we see him, and dude, it was like a high school crush. Like he was like standing there, like, and he wasn't even facing me. I was like, oh my god, there he is.
That guy's big, and he's got a low center of gravity. I bet his Oshi game is spectacular.
Look at his thighs.
No.
They're
it was
massive.
His calves. It was
his calves.
I was like, Ari, look at this man's calves. Like, look at him. Like, I was like, should I say something? I was like, how do I do this? Like, this is weird. was like, whatever. Hey, you want to go
Yes,
do?
it is.
You want to? You're big and strong. You want to go do some sumo? And like,
Have you
wanna wrestle
heard
with
of
me?
Shiko? Some Keiko?
What do you think about stripping down
Yeah.
to a mawashi?
yeah, but he was all about it, and I
Oh
was
no,
like,
he went the full Mawashi, and this was his first tournament.
yeah.
What's Cornelius's phrase for that? When you don't have anything underneath the mawashi?
Oh, going traditional.
Traditional. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
what we say going traditional. But for corny, it's going taco meat. But you know,
Taco meat.
that boy needs to trim, trim a little bit. It's just a little fade.
He wasn't even at this tournament. You still you gave him one there.
I love you, corny. You always know that. I can't not fuck with him. I can't not fuck with him.
It's impossible. You can't do it.
Okay, so
Sorry.
in the heavyweights, we had. Let me start with the bottom two, which were the Backus brothers. We were the bottom two.
No.
But you
You
were the
had our
most
hearts.
exciting. Yeah.
I was-
You may
Yeah,
be the bottom two, but you're the tops in our hearts.
Oh.
honestly.
That's just because we wore colorful tights. I think it's.
And honestly, that's really what it was. Bright blue against tie dye. I'm like, win.
That's
No
what
matter
Surfa's
what.
really all about.
For
My
me,
only
it's
win
the
was
beard.
against my younger brother.
Oh, it's the beard.
Against Casey in the match, and Casey didn't get one in the heavyweights, and we were surprised because Casey is good. I will say this: all three of the guys who placed came up to me and probably came up to Casey too and said, "Oh my God, that guy hits so hard. I've never been hit that hard."
Yeah.
So Casey, it's pumped Casey up to do this. He's going to try to go from 300, which he is now, down to 250. If he goes down to 250 and goes to light
Oh,
heavy,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
what I mean.
Justin.
Yeah, I went against him in the last San Antonio tournament, and I was like, Jesus Christ, where have you been hiding your brother? Like he just he hit me
He's
like
got
a fucking freight
he
train.
fires off that line.
Yeah.
Is he also the musician, Caleb?
No, that's my older brother.
Older brother.
Oh, okay.
Older brother Cade.
There's too many of you guys to keep
I was gonna say there's three of them.
Backus boys. But that was us. So at third place was Gilberto. And I think he did fabulous, even though he got third in heavyweight. But like, oh my God, the heavyweight competition was just talented in this.
Yeah.
If I don't say so myself, it was a lot.
It was good.
It was excellent. It was what you would expect from a heavyweight category. Gorgeous, thunder clapping Tachi eyes, and
You've summed it up perfectly.
Yeah.
Everything shook with those
Yeah.
Tachi eyes. So it was like, oh
Yeah.
damn.
yeah, you could hear it in the audience, like when the top,
Yes.
like everyone goes, oh yes, like
Oh, dang.
yeah,
Yeah. So, and I also want to say that if I'm right, let me check to make sure. Yeah, the last match was Angel and Gilberto, with Angel winning, and
With
that
Angel
was a fun match. Those two guys, just like I said before, when you know somebody, you wrestle them a lot, and you love them, you go so hard, and it's so much fun. And I also got my butt kicked by Steven.
So did everybody. That's
Well,
okay.
see,
Yeah,
like,
I was about to say, yeah.
I knew Steven's power was there, and like we spent the last two practices before San Antonio adjust, we've been trying to adjust his Tachi and the way he pushes, because the power's there, but if you don't do sumo, people don't normally have do those moves to generate power.
Mhm.
If I'm like football, and I guess he had done football back in the day, and so football, you come off the line and you're forward,
Your whole body's up like this with your arms coming out.
Yeah. And so I was even little me was able to, snap him down. He was like, okay, like he gets it now. And so he had his Tachi eyes were solid power. I was like, and it is quite a feat to move both Caleb and Angel and Gilberto, and he hit I'm sorry, Caleb, but he hits you picture perfect. It was great hand positioning, and I was like, whoa. I didn't really know exactly what I had, but I think we got a solid contender in the heavyweight world. So,
yeah, just like we were talking about with Nicole, that footwork. He's definitely got football footwork still, but
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
That's a matter of time. That's a matter
Still
of training.
working on it.
Still chopping it. You got to keep
But
it low.
when you
Shuffle.
when you take home 2 silvers from like, you know, one of the biggest tournaments in Texas,
yeah,
you're doing okay.
And this is
just a matter of improving from here.
Right?
This is his first tournament. Now,
That's
here's
what
the
I
thing.
mean. He did
Like,
great.
I tried to get him. I was trying so hard. I was trying because like he had started with me in November, and I was like begging him to go to Vegas. I was like, he was like, oh man, he's like, I don't know, like the competition, you know, like he's like, I just started, like I was like, I feel your power, and I know you're raw, but I really think you could have a chance. And now I think he's kicking his own butt, you know, being like, I probably should have gone to Vegas. And I was like,
he placed higher in this tournament than somebody who is going to Worlds.
Yeah.
So like the potential is absolutely there. And and now that you mentioned Steamroller as his nickname, like I wrote it in my spreadsheet, so it's official.
Yeah.
Okay. Steamroller Steve.
Steamroller Steve. Yep. No, it's
my favorite collision was him and Gil. I have it in like 5 exclamation points. Just boom. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, Mac, I texted you when I was watching this, but my favorite moment in the YouTube chat for the entire day was there was a comment that said that smack of meat slamming into meat.
Yes.
with like the chef's kiss emoji.
Yes.
And this comment had everything. Not only is that comment perfect, but the username, I don't know who this is, but the username was shitgoose151. Like it's just like a perfect storm of everything.
As you said,
funny.
chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss to that comment, of course.
Shit goose 151. We love you.
Yes, I don't know who you are, but cheers.
Yes,
bravo.
Keep coming back. Keep it coming with the comedy.
So the first place guy, the guy who got first in heavyweight, is the guy who's on the U.S. team. He is Angel.
As to be expected.
Yes.
Insanely good. Like back in Nationals, back in Dreamland, I saw him beat Robert in the open weight, and that alone, the guy who just started that year, at the beginning of that year, beating Robert is insane. And I knew how talented this guy was going to be. He made the U.S. team, and he got gold. And I was pissed at myself because I could have beaten him in the freaking heavyweight, but I made a dumb move. I learned now, don't pull an Angel. I hit him. I was in my best position all day, and I thought, you know what? I think I can do a pull throw. And as soon as I pull through it, you see me just get driven out.
That's the Cockeryu, man. That's the Cockeryu mistake. Don't do that.
Don't pull.
That was
pull.
Stupid. I was trying to. I pulled a Justin. Justin does that too. He's like,
I do.
I'm gonna make a nice pull throw.
I do. I hate it.
Mac, I was gonna say maybe we should have a different nickname for that than the guy that made it to Yokozuna, but
I know, but it was the one I could think.
Yes, he absolutely made that mistake a number of times, and like
so many times.
You can't like shift your weight and start pulling when a guy is pushing at you too hard, unless you know perfectly. Like it's a matter of like fractions of a second, and just didn't work out this time, did it, Caleb?
Nope, it did. But I liked how much I learned in that tournament. That tournament, the practice next day, I learned more than I have in say probably the last 6 to 8 months in sumo, and because I don't get to go against a lot of heavyweights, and so that was really fun to really go against and practice against these dudes.
Yeah, and that also is one of their advantage. I mean, number one, they're brothers. They're both heavyweights, and like outside of just the Sunday Los Angeles practice, they get to just go in the backyard.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you want to train today? Like, I think that's fucking amazing, and so it felt really good having them at that practice the next day, because for the first time I watched Steve get fucking winded in a match.
That'll teach
I was
him.
like, oh, I don't know. Like, and I think we're we've got one heavyweight. San Antonio's got one heavyweight, and like,
you'll have 2 heavyweights when Ben comes back, so there's that too.
Oh, that's true. That's true. We'll have 2, but at the moment, that's right. Sorry, Ben. At the moment, we have one, and it makes a difference. Like I can go with Caleb, but that's gonna be a whole different match.
Exactly.
him and when me and Caleb go with each other, it's a whole different thing. But like, then to have a Steve and a Caleb in the in the same Keiko, like, so we're both, I think, San Antonio, that shit. Each one of the Houston teams, it'd be nice to grow to 3 heavyweights, 3 heavyweights per club. That would be that'd be a great number.
Hopefully we got 2 to 3 more guys joining Mighty Eagle now, so that's hopefully.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's hopefully we're getting there.
Yes.
Hey, real quick, we just talked to on our show. We just talked to the Galindos, both Jose and the lady.
Yes, I did watch that.
They are, well, for one, absolutely delightful.
Yes.
But 2,
sweetest people on earth.
If you are a heavyweight sumo wrestler, can you imagine being in a better spot than the gym that has Lady Galindo on the women's side, and then on the men's side, Jose, Gilberto, Angel.
Yeah.
With Yamamoto as a coach.
With Yamamoto himself.
Like, oh my God, like that's the place to be for heavyweights right now. So you Texas guys got to step up a little bit here.
I know, man, but it's always been that way in the Los Angeles. Like when I started with
Ball
them,
out there too.
Yep, Kellyanne Ball's out there.
Kellyanne, that has been the like the heavyweight capital of America.
Okay, I just want to say I did watch the Jose interview, and I did hear your little bald comment about me. How
I was afraid of it.
I was afraid
he wasn't gonna let that shit go.
Position. I heard that. Here.
Oh man. Hey, I'm like a third the size of you, but the one thing I got on you is I got this full head of hair. So I'm gonna roll with it.
Both of you guys.
He takes his thing off, takes his hat off, and is just like, wow, wow, wow.
Oh no! Oh God! It's too bright.
Okay,
you gotta do a slow motion hair wave.
Yeah, it's gotta be Herbal Essence style. We gotta be like,
yeah.
Oh man,
full volume, full volume,
and then whip it up like. Oh.
I'm sorry. I only do that on my own show. I don't just do that. I don't do that for free.
That's only on the OnlyFans. It's the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
I'm not some slut.
Jake, we need to talk about that.
Oh my God. All right, what were we talking about?
Hey, I'm not knocking your revenue stream, sir.
Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on real quick to the open. I
you.
don't want Justin to run out of time here, so we're gonna move on to the open and get away from my bald head. Gorgeous glowing hair. And the open weight girls, we only had 4 remaining. Ari had to leave. Simone got hurt.
Right.
So all we had were Ketzel, Nicole, Liesel, and Esty.
Yeah.
And I want to say I was really impressed. Nicole had some bad matches, which she was pretty pissy about. So she ended up in second. And Esty, first timer, got first place.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really bummed I missed that. I'm really bummed I missed that as a coach and just sumo fan.
Go ahead,
SD. No, SD, you did fantastic. What I'm going to pick on now is Nicole and Ketzel's match. Now, I went back and looked at that several times. I focused 10 solid minutes of just replay. Why did Nicole count herself out? She fell on top of Ketzel. So why did she go to Sensei Tom and be like, no, I lost that? Like,
no,
but
she said she won that, and Tom called it for Ketzel. And that's when she got mad.
Missed that.
And that's why she fell apart the rest of the open, and why she started losing to everybody, because she got up in her head. She was mad about what she thought was a bad call, and just like Justin's one, it was Tom being in a bad position to see it right. And actually, I couldn't see it from where I was either. It wasn't until I saw the replay that I saw that Ketzel fell down right before Nicole went out.
And that's what I was looking at. I'm like, but where is she falling? I'm like, is her knee? I'm like, no, it's on top. Is it her foot? I'm like, no. Is it her arm? I'm like, no. I'm like, so how did she lose that? Like, okay, now it makes sense, because I thought she called herself out, and Tom was like, well, okay, if you lose, then you lose. I'm fine. But no, it was the other way around. Like, okay.
I've never seen her get angry. So she was like that. She got angry, and
Nicole got angry.
Yes.
Are we talking about the same person here?
Never. Yeah,
you could see it on her face.
Whoa.
Because she won that second. But as me and Justin always say, don't go out with your opponent.
Just try. Yeah, that
stay in the ring.
Even though my sumo was terrible, and I did that this time. But we always say, don't pull the hell.
Justin, you are still a nationally ranked sumotori in the U.S.
But this was bad. But I don't know. Like, it's still. I did a lot of things that I tell my own students not to do, and Anyways, yes, don't fall out.
we are very proud though. I was very proud that this girl, new girl from Austin, got first place. She did that well. She obviously has athletic talent. She has a lot of work to go technique wise, but she is athletic, and that is awesome. That's
you got to work on which Kimarite translate from arm wrestling into sumo, because there's got to be
Kupinage
there.
Yeah, yes.
Kotenage.
There's a lot. More so when I watch her at practice, it's really kind of like understand, like connecting your brain and understanding your. Oh wait, no,
that was fan throw. No, it's all good. That was just fan throw.
Understanding your body mechanics, and I think she really just needs to focus on foundation and leg, and because she moves too light to have her physique. So I think that thinking of herself as more of a mountain and not a feather, then I think that it would better.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I think it's one of those, like, in doing a lot of the exercises, you want to move, like you said, like a feather. You want to chop your feet. You tailing yourself to stay base, to stay level, to stay down on the ground is counterintuitive to so many different athletics that we're used to in the US.
Exactly. And it's every amateur's. It don't matter how, like, you could see, heavyweights moving light like a feather, and like, it's something that needs to click on. And as far, because it's there, it's there, the power's there. She just needs good, just good form. And I think she's gonna be one to also look out for. So I'm excited on her trajectory, and she is like pumped about sumo. She is freaking pumped.
Have she and Arrow squared off? That was my next question.
I know, not yet. She's been asking for her. She was like, where, when is Arrows coming back? And Arrows had COVID and a couple, so there was, some complications with that, but that will be happening pretty soon.
Oof,
and
I love it. Want to see it.
I know. I'm hoping that debut might happen at the Wins at the end of March, the last Saturday of March.
That'd be cool.
So we're very excited to see what happens.
So we got the Open ended with a tiebreaker for second and third with Nicole and Ketzel. Nicole won that, getting second place. That was very exciting. And then we're going to move on to the Men's Open, because it was a double elimination, so it was a little different. And the very first match was Caleb and Casey Backus at each other again.
The Bacchus duo.
But this time, little brother got the upper hand and pushed me so hard, I just flopped down like a dead fish. Like,
you did too. It was not pretty.
It was not pretty.
Wait, Caleb, can I see that again?
Yeah, it was just like, he was like, I was like, okay, if I get to his belt, I know I can win now. So I went for his belt, and he just kind of like sidestepped a little bit, pushed me right here, and you see me just go.
Smart.
Got you under the arm.
Smart. The little guy moves.
So that was the beginning, and we had some good matches in there. Again, Jarrett Tadlock did great. He ended up in fourth place.
Oh, sick.
Casey got a couple wins, but lost to Albert to lose the whole thing. I lost to Steven again. I can't get inside that guy's hands. I can't. Hey. It must be like taking an Akibono. Like, I was always like wondering, like, people, like, why don't you just get it past the hands? But it's so hard when their arms are way the hell.
He's got long arms and the belly. Yeah, he's kind of a wall.
Your match with Paul was also impressive. You won with an Oshita Oshi, which is fantastic. But sick. I'm curious as to Paul's knee. Have we have any update on his knee?
What happened?
Fine. Okay, so it was similar to what happened to Simone, except that it didn't tear his ACL because he already has that wrapped up.
Yes.
But like I was pushing him, and when I knocked him out, his foot got stuck on the Tawari and he dropped. He dropped hard, and his knee was hurt, and he was out.
His knee collapsed.
His knee just collapsed underneath him. He iced it up. He says he's fine now. It only hurt for a few hours, so he's good.
Okay.
But shoot, that scared me a little bit because it scares you when you do that to somebody. When you hit them and they go down like that, like because I hit him and he collapsed. And
you hit him hard, but there was power behind your thrust.
That's always
scared me.
I have one question as someone who wasn't there. Did Jared ever go against Steve? Did that ever happen?
Let me find out.
I'm looking
here.
Let's see how many.
Jared T. He went up against Gilberto.
Steven beat him in the losers bracket.
I found it.
Yeah, that's how he got fourth place because Steven was also in the losers bracket, and that's where he dropped out.
Oshidashi.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, he just went straight pushing him.
Yep, straight push.
Okay,
just
cool.
blasted.
Not shocked there. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and that was where it started getting really interesting. So, but before we go there, I want to go with the Jared and Albert match because we mentioned a little bit beforehand. It was the headband flying off. The headband. Oh no, not the headband match. You haven't seen it, Justin. Go back and watch it because not only the headband flew, he did a pull down, which Albert stopped with a head. But since he was low, Jared put his arm right underneath the pit.
Okay.
Flipped Albert around. It is gorgeous to watch.
Chitate Dashinage is what I have that written down as.
Boom. It was insane to watch. You were just like, oh, you just lose it at that point.
Damn.
And you hear the call in the back going, yeah, guys. Everybody got excited.
Was Jared's arm over his arm?
It was underneath. Pulled, and then Albert stopped him, so his hands go back down below the head, and his arm, without even a split, like he wasn't even thinking, his arm
just pulled
up and dropped him over.
Shitate Nage. Yeah.
It is a gorgeous.
Nage.
Right now, trust me, I am showing the replay to everybody. It's freaking awesome to watch. It is great.
Sick.
Yeah, I think on the replay, he doesn't necessarily have the belt, so I don't know if the definition holds. But regardless, there's like a full cartwheel in there, and it's it's an excellent match and ended in an excellent finishing technique. Very cool.
Yeah.
Jared, here is your spirit prize.
The Bob Ross. Oh, sweet. Bob Ross.
So this is where you should also get really excited, Justin, because near the end here, it was Angel versus Steven, and Steven got a win off of Angel, and that should be like, fuck his two silvers.
Okay, like, you know what? Now I don't even want to go to work. Now I don't want to go to work. I need to go watch all the open matches. Like, this is sounding insanely exciting.
We have a problem, gentlemen.
Yeah,
I'm out.
No,
I'm out.
I still got some. I'm good.
No, I'm tapped out of mine. I mixed my Nagori with.
I need more Texas sake in my life.
Well, unfortunately, I can't. Well, you know what? I can send you some. Keep this gun.
We'll certainly never say no, but
only if I can get a slow motion of you doing the hair.
With the Texas sake can like in the front.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Literally like
when I flip my hair, and it's my favorite drink.
I don't flip my hair for everybody. But
people
when
often
I
ask me,
I drink Texas sake.
People often ask me, Jake, how do you keep your ponytail so supple and glistening? And I say, a tremendous diet of way too much Texas sake in my life.
Most your liver may fail, but your hair will look great.
Such
and honestly,
volume.
What really matters in life?
What's that? I don't know. What's that song from Ferris Bueller's Day Out? Where he's like,
"Oh yeah,
chicka. Yeah, there you go. That's the one."
So after Steven won.
Anyway, back to sumo.
No, we're talking about me now, Caleb.
After Steven beat Angel, he goes on to the undefeated Gilberto. He gets a win off of Gilberto.
He did.
He did. He can't get two, so he ended up in second place.
But it was great.
Playoff, man.
It was a fantastic playoff.
Yo.
So Steven took wins. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have it written down as Steven because that's the result. Steamroller Steve was able to take wins off of both Delatories over the course of heavyweight and open weight, which I think.
My God.
I mentioned before that light heavyweight might have been my favorite drama division, but like as far as like long-term narratives, Steve coming in and managing to get wins off of both of those guys is also another contender for like, favorite little storyline.
He beat Angel with a Yorikiri, just a simple frontal force out. But then he beat Gil with a Yoritao Oshi. And then he didn't wait. Then it was back to back. Like normally you get a couple minutes to rest. Both of them shook their head and said, "We're going again."
Yeah, that was badass.
It was fantastic.
Well, I know what I'm doing when I see him in class this week. I'm gonna be kissing him on the forehead.
Okay, that was awesome. So what I want to do, the way I want to wrap this up is I want to give the unofficial points of the top runners for the Texas State Championship of 2022. As I said, Justin and Nicole won for 2021. He got a pretty Texas-shaped trophy.
As he moves it in and out of the frame.
Oh, you mean this trophy?
Oh, this thing? That's just,
sorry,
you know.
How did that happen?
And like I said, it was
go on.
stupid close. There was 1 point against the girls with Nicole and Jessica, and Sam Kimka and Justin tied, and then went to a tiebreaker. So I was all excited about that. But we started off something similar. In the women's, Esty and Nicole are tied with 17 points.
Oh, jeez.
And even crazier, Ketzel has 16. They are right there. All three of those girls are right there.
This is going to be a good year.
And men's, most of us ended up between 8 and 10. Me and Justin were 8 points. Sorry, Justin, we didn't do so hot.
Yeah.
But
I'll regain my points. I got
Stick to podcasting.
Send us more delicious sake.
But in the lead in men's with 16 points is Steve. And Jared Tadlock at 15, one behind him. Right now, they are right there.
Oh, shit. Okay.
That gold helped them because that gold got
Steve, you need to be watching this.
Yeah.
Steve?
Well, you know Jake and I will be following this very closely.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the unofficial score because I keep tally all year long. However, Tom recounts all of the tournaments, all 4 tournaments plus the wins. So the girls get 5 tournaments. And he'll count at the end to make sure. So you can see the running tally on mightyeaglesumo.com, but it is unofficial because like I thought Sam had won with my running score last year, and then he redid it, and then it turned out I missed a point for Justin in the first tournament, and Justin got a tiebreaker, and then suddenly he's Texas champion for the second time.
Unabashedly holding the trophy there.
No big deal. Man, when you pick that thing up, it occasionally just shows me a reflection of Mac's face. And
it does. It looks like
it knows. It knows.
It's such a pretty trophy. It's so pretty.
My pretties, my sumo pretties.
Okay. So
got you in there like the Superman movie. You're just floating in there.
Oh man, I'm Zod. Oh no.
Jake.
No.
This is going to be very confusing to somebody watching or listening to this on audio without having our video.
Oh, true.
That was a Superman reference. That was an original Superman reference. Phantom Zone.
So that wraps up the Texas Classics, the 16th annual, which may be the last one because we're going to probably go to the Met next year because we're only going to do one tournament a year in San Antonio. So the Mighty Eagle team tournament will probably be our main tournament to go to. So I'm looking forward to the rest of Texas season. I want to know what you guys think of the first tournament and what y'all are looking forward to the rest of the Texas 2022 season.
Go. Anybody?
I think that the main thing that I'm looking for in the Texas season here is, I guess the big thing everything is revolving around is the World Games, coming up in July. So with a couple of the front runners maybe taking it slightly easier, I don't know. Like Justin, I know you're not the kind of person that's ever going to compete and not give it 100%, right? And I'm sure that, you know, some of your other Texas qualifiers like Eros are probably similar. But regardless, I think that it's there's so many new people, and there's a bunch of the veterans that are, you know, have a different goal in mind long term, that I'm really excited to see guys like Steamroller Steve, who already needs a T-shirt for just Steamroller Steve. But
he had a picture of his wife brought.
I saw
that. We saw that in the background.
A couple people in the crowd had Steve's faces on sticks. I guess what I'm getting at is I'm interested to see if anybody's going to take advantage of being a promising newcomer in a year where there are already Worlds qualifiers and stepping up and kicking ass and staking their claim. Steve obviously being, like, you know, the biggest one out of this tournament that is not a Worlds qualifier, but still a Texas state champion contender. So really cool. And I'm excited to get to know all of you guys more over the next year and do more coverage of this stuff. Because, you know, as me and Mac joke about all the time, we don't compete just because, like, we're more like interested in the coverage of things, but there's so much stuff to cover and we're really interested.
We love doing it.
And we want to dive in and, like, you know, talk about as much of this as we can. And I think this is going to be a really interesting year.
Yeah.
And until potentially 2023 is quote unquote normal as far as pandemic scheduling and qualifying scheduling and whatever.
What's normal anymore?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Exactly.
I feel like at some point in, like, 2015, we just kind of, like, diverged into the darkest timeline, and it's always regardless. I think that this year presents a bit of a unique opportunity for some newcomers to step up. So I guess that's what I'm excited for here.
That is well said. I mean, like you said, I mean, of course I'm going to go to nationals and do my best. I don't know that I have the type of fire for myself to just go 110% because of how much energy I want to put into, like, a lot of, like, our new guys, and just I'm excited to see a lot of new people step up. I'm gonna go try not to get injured, do my best, and try to reclaim my spot. This is the first time I've ever gotten third, and like at nationals, and so there. You can only imagine the two people that I'll probably give my all.
Joseph Ponsetto and Jake.
I wasn't calling any names out.
Shut up, Mac. We're leaving it.
But no, this is sumo is aggressively growing, and this is the year for newbies to stake their claim. And I am humbly more excited for that. So you were spot on. Like, I am really, really, I mean, shit, even at nationals, not at nationals, in Vegas, they had like the guy who got second in middleweight,
Jordan Karst.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And even the kid, Edobar in
Edobar.
Like this, it's freaking exciting, and because all of us been going against each other for years, and I don't know. It's pretty cool to see that. So that I'm hoping any of these newbies do come to any Texas tournaments, because we're the home of sumo right now.
Yeah.
But
Texas
I
is
hope
the hotbed.
that they love that, and I hope that man, I'm excited to see them at the Dallas tournament, the Houston tournament, and the Austin one, and then every year, like I said, each one of our cities. Starting with San Antonio, like all four of us each quarter are gonna have a tournament, and so hopefully that we're constantly seeing these giant leaps of athletes, and then I can just fade off like an old man and be a coach.
Well on your way, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
To that end, that's what's most exciting for me, because you have guys like Nicholas Tunt, who started off a couple years ago. Background in boxing, took to sumo, absolutely loves sumo, now has his own group that he's doing. And Paul was a part of that group. It's like, so that's insane. You have other people like, I'm going to name drop a few people. So Alex, you're doing great out there. Keep fighting, baby.
Yeah, my man.
He's developing. You like what we were saying earlier. You have these new people that are fighting and trying and falling in love with the sport, and then wanting to grow that, wanting to make that even better. I mean, look at what's going on in Florida right now. You've got Corny, you've got Karinga, you've got all these guys coming together and making their own clubs. And I think, Jake, did we discover that there was a new one out in Florida?
Yeah, just in the last couple of days, there was a new Instagram.
Started by McLeod. Started by Brandon McLeod.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. But he came from the Florida crew. Yeah. That is what I am loving about this day and age right now with American Sumo is it not only growing, but it's the people that started doing those tournaments. Now they're like, I can do this. I can teach somebody else. We can make our own club and we can keep getting better, because the more clubs we have, the more competition we have, the better we get as a whole for sumo here in the US. And to me, that is what I'm looking for. Texas, prime example. You guys have in terms of quantity, you definitely have the most per state. But in terms of quality as well, that is also improving. And that just comes with more competition, more people being involved. And I love that. I love where we are currently right now with US Sumo, and it's going to continue to grow. So right now, this is fantastic. So please, guys, keep doing what you're doing.
And it's going to get better when Iowa comes up with the Grand Sumo Breakdown amateur tournament.
Yes.
And the Grand Sumo belt. I want a big wrestling belt.
Putting that in the universe.
I was about to say, Caleb,
putting that in the universe.
I've been looking into a wrestling belt design. So a little peek behind the Mawashi there.
It has begun.
Maybe we don't need a peek behind the Mawashi, but
hey, you haven't been following my Sumo Erotica, have you?
Yeah, you're right. On the other hand, maybe this is the first tournament that has a featherweight division, huh?
Yeah, you make your own.
Hey, if anything ever happens in Iowa, you trust us, we will be aggressively spreading the word. Brute force if necessary.
No, I'm serious. A lot of Texas guys will probably show up for that. We'll
in the meantime, we're going to do everything we can to help cover the Texas season, and we're really looking forward to the potentially coming down to Texas for another tournament this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
we had a blast last time, so why not?
Hell yeah! I finished my ball. This is my last drink here, guys, which means we're gonna have to wrap it up here.
Last of it here too.
Last bit. So thank y'all, Grand Sumo Breakdown guys, Jake and Mac. We appreciate y'all coming out to Sake and Sumo. And you know what? I hope y'all keep coming back and listen to us, because we're going to come back soon to talk about more of the professional stuff. That's next for me and Justin. Excellent. And keep listening to Grand Sumo Breakdown on any podcast and their YouTube channel. All right. The Sumo
Thank you,
guys.
Grand Sumo boys.
Kanpai.
If you're looking to have a drink on your podcast, Grand Sumo Breakdown officially recommends
not only the Junmai, but the Nagori Ginjo of Texas Sake.
Texas Sake, the smoothest sake for podcasting.
I want that as a what do you call that? On the Consulates Cup live stream, like somewhere breaks.
So I just
Jake, I have a terrible need for a thirst. What would you recommend quenching it?
So I just played through the Mass Effect Legendary Edition so I'm obviously going for, I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite sake on the Citadel.
This is my favorite sake in Texas Sake.